Hi guys, it's Mary McIntyre. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm finally having a go at a technique that I've wanted to do since the very first time I saw resin on YouTube, and that is to create a bloom. So I've seen apparently we're going to create a black cat. What did you just kick on the floor? Good grief. Okay, ignoring the chaos that is my house. So yeah, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by Slinky Bean, I really want to have a go at creating a resin bloom. So I've seen quite a few videos from Petra Gerbrecht, who is just awesome at doing this. I've also seen videos by Daniel Cooper and many others. So I've got a vague idea of how to do this. I know that it's important that your resin has gone exothermic before you pour it. So Daniel Cooper, I see you. I've bought a thermometer, but I'm also going to take on board a comment on Petra's videos. It said you need to look for consistency as well as temperature. You want the resin to have gone exothermic and be heating up and be the texture of honey, otherwise the blooming doesn't take place properly. So you kind of have to get this at the right point. So what I'm going to do is I'm using the Apex resin because it's got a higher heat resistance, so it's good for coasters and also very good for not having bubbles. So I'm going to mix that up. I'm going to take a little bit out and mix that with white. Now I don't know for sure what white pigment works for blooms. I'm not 100% certain. I've got the Vista pigment, but I know you want it to be opaque but not overpowering. This may be too much, so while I'm waiting for my resin to warm up a little bit in a hot bath, I'm going to research and see whether the colourant that I have in white will work for this. For the actual colours of the blooms, I've got a variety of colours here, and I think I may do some darker dots in the middle, some lighter on the outside. I'll see how the dots are looking because these coasters are actually not that big, so I'm not really sure whether I'll have room for two colours. There's definitely room for one colour, and you can do it just with one colour. I may do that to keep it simple. So I'll take some out, have my white in, and once those blobs are on, I will go around in a thin spiral with my white and then use my dotting tool to pull that in. And at that point, if everything is working correctly, the way that the resin starts to cool will cause the pigments to bloom. And once they're cured and you take them out, you should have a beautiful three-dimensional flower. That's the idea. So if, like most people would just do one to test the technique, but I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to do all four. Why not? Go big or go home. So I'm going to try and choose different colours because I don't know, I just think in a set it's nice to have a variety of colours of something. So I'll see what I think is going to work in terms of the colours that I've got out here and work from there. So I'm going to let my resin warm up a bit. It is currently 16 degrees in here, Celsius, and this is the warmest room in the house. So it is so cold at the moment. Not as cold as you guys in the USA are having it though, so I'm not complaining. So once my resin's a bit warmer, I will mix that up, and I'm so excited to try this. I've wanted to do it for so long, and today's the day. So I will be back when I've got my mat down, my PPE on, and my resin mixed. Hi guys, it's been 18 hours, so the very centre of these, the pigment is still a tiny bit tacky, so I'm going to be super careful with these, but I need to get them demoulded and out of the way because I need this room to do a talk tonight. So from the back, I love this one and I love this one. I'm thinking that I probably didn't put enough white pigment in, but we'll see how they look. So I'll just pop them out of the moulds and then turn them over. Now I've put some black down because I think with how little white pigment there is, I think we're going to struggle to see the petals if we leave it onto the normal background. So I know for next time more white. I was so worried about the white taking over that I was kind of probably too cautious with it, but we'll see. I still think from the back they look super adorable, so I'm happy for a first go. Okay, right, look at this pink one first. That's really, really beautiful. That is so beautiful. That's turned out way nicer on that side than I thought it was going to. That one probably is okay as long as I don't lean on it too heavily. Wow. Right, this one next. Let's have a look. That one's not as good, but it's still pretty. I have got the white petals in the background, which is what I was hoping for. Okay, this purple one I think looks gorgeous from the back. Wow. The way that the white petals are variegated, that one has come out really nicely. The centres are a bit meh, I think. So that one's turned out okay, these two not quite so much. Really excited to see this one. That's gorgeous as well. Well, for a first go at this technique, I am happy with those. I really love this. And actually I think all of them are nice on the reverse side as well. That's the one that's the most successful in terms of the layers of petals. That one I got confused about what I dragged where, but I really like that kind of ragged nature of it. It's beautiful. And surprisingly, although I'm not really a pink girl, this I think is my favourite. The way that there's the two layers with that really super kind of almost translucent delicate petal on the inside, I think that's gorgeous. Let me bring you down for a closer look at these. This is that one. The centre of that sort of looks like a rose. The petals went a bit awry on that one. That one, beautiful layers. This one is amazing. That is so beautiful. I'm so happy with that. I can't believe how nicely that came out. And that shade of pink is not a colour that I would normally go for at all. What do they look like on the normal desk? You can still see the white. The black does kind of really show up the white though. So next time, what would I do differently? More white pigment for sure. I definitely need to put more of the white in so that there's a little bit more pigment that can sink through and pull all those colours in. Be a little bit more careful with my centres. And try to find pigments that don't clump like this one did. I have no idea what was going on with that. I shook them really well, and I've used that yellow before. Oh yeah, the other thing I do differently as well is that I think I left the resin too long. I was thinking that it hadn't thickened up enough, and I was like the temperature was going up and up and up, and basically I think it was getting too gloopy by the time all the pigment went on the back. I should have poured these when the resin got to just over 30 degrees and worked with it then, and I think maybe the pigments would have spread out a bit more easily when the resin was still more fluid, but it started to thicken up super quickly, and that gave me a bit of a problem, but I made it work. And so I know for next time this resin, even though it's going exothermic, stays quite fluid at first, and I think with more fluidity that yellow may have spread better. But you know, I'm still super happy with these for my first go. So thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Bye for now.